Back in 1968, my husband and I were married. I was 16, he was 17. By the time I was 18, I had 2 children. We bought a house in Kingston in 1972, and we just raised our children. He worked 2 or 3 jobs. I got to stay home with the kids. 2 sons and a daughter. His name was Don. He was a truck driver. We owned 3 tractor trailers, and he used to drive over the road. But then he missed the kids so much, he decided to stay local. So we did that until about 1980. And then in 1980, he started a little sport shop and did that right up until the time he passed. He was in Dorchester High School. I was in Quincy High School. I was loved right away. He was kind of a hippie. He had a headband on his head, a Beatles haircut, and I just thought he was swell. Did not finish high school. Had my first son and wanted to go back to high school all the time. He wanted me to. He graduated from high school, and I did everything I could to try to get back, but raising the kids and making that a priority is what happened. He was very kind, talked a lot about his mom, and I liked that. He got sick in February of 2015, and they did a couple of blood tests, and then they sent him for a scan and found that he had a very, very rare cancer. It was bile duct cancer. It was so aggressive that he passed in May. I was actually on the internet and I saw an ad for this adult literacy program in Plymouth. So I called and they said, oh my goodness, we would love to have you. So I went to an orientation, took a test. I ended up in one of the higher classes that they offer. Teacher was fabulous. Went there for 6 months. And then as I felt ready to take the exams, which I held at Quincy College and Massasoit College, I would take the exams. So the first exam I took was English, and I passed that. And then I just went on and passed all of them, and here I am.
Were you a good student before you dropped out?
I was.
And you probably read a lot throughout your life. Yeah.
I did. I loved to read.
How long was it after he passed that you saw that ad?
A year. Yeah, I really didn't do much for the year afterwards. I was always told that you don't make any major decisions in your life for a year. And my kids were so supportive that I just kind of sat back for a year and let everything settle. The actual graduation is June 19th at 6 o'clock. Plymouth Plantation, actually a cap and gown ceremony. Yeah, I'll tell my story, but really at my age, they almost don't care about my story. My friend Debbie Harris said, listen, we're having a party. We're having a graduation party for you. So she got all kind of excited about that, and I said, okay. And then my daughter said, Mom's never been to a prom. So let's have a prom graduation party. So we sent out the invitations and everyone is just ecstatic, having so much fun buying prom dresses and tuxedo t-shirts, and we'll be dancing and celebrations and all kinds of games. I have cornhole and basketball court, and I just actually made a giant Jenga that where you pull out the piece of wood and try to make the game not collapse. Oh. Everyone loves my lasagna, so I'm making 3 big pans of lasagna. And I made some pulled pork that's already in the freezer. And another friend is making chicken broccoli ziti. And the friend that's hosting is bringing pizza from the North End. So there'll be lots
Yeah.
of food, lots of cake, lots of desserts.
So-
So all my family, my kids are all flying in. My granddaughter lives in Dallas. She's flying in. I'm going to get her a prom dress today.